If you remotely expect a person like me to drive a car even simply like that, you have to come to a place like this. We are at Dirtfish Rally School. When we filmed the episode of Top Gear with the Ferrari Swap Subaru, Sam Albert was actually an instructor here at Dirtfish, and that opened my eyes to learning how to drive when traction isn't always there. And you know what that means? That means stopping me from just stomping on the gas pedal, and my goodness, there is a lot more involved with just a few inputs on a car. And while I'm not exactly the most qualified to tell you that, Nate Tennis, the head instructor, chief instructor,
yeah.
Nate, key instructor, is here to help. Why am I doing a rally school before Pikes Peak? Would you be willing to answer what you think some of the things, what rally transfers over to something like that?
Being confident with the car and comfortable with the unexpected happening. So if the car steps out and there's a 1,000-foot drop off, you don't go, oh God, there's a 1,000-foot drop off and stare at it and drive off of it.
Yeah.
It's more like, no, I got this, and away you go.
Class is in session.
Performance sedans exist because of rally. If you're on gas, you basically don't have as effective steering. If you're off gas, then you have more effective steering. So we lift, transfers the weight forward, takes weight away from the rear that allows us to have a car that wants to actually do something. So at that point, you can suggest your direction where you want to go. and it does need to be smooth. If you wail on it go-kart style, it's just going to break traction and cause the tires to not work for a second. Smooth suggestion of direction. And then the final one is to wait, which is weird.
I'm bad at that.
Yeah, well, we all are, especially, put a helmet on. You don't want to wait anymore.
Yeah, that's snug. And
cool.
Fits right.
Everyone looks amazing in an open face helmet too, by the way. We start with a big open area and just do some slides. See what does what. What does the gas pedal do? What does the brake pedal do?
Yeah, all good. All good. Is this a bad time to tell you I don't drive manual? You have to teach me that too.
Oh man, wouldn't be the first. Yeah, just gotta play with the throttle a little bit and see what it does. Let's start using the brakes now.
Okay.
So squeeze them, fairly light. Right, there you go. Good.
Okay.
See how that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sets the nose right in. Yeah, good.
To flick it, yes. And that's not what we're studying right now.
Yeah. And those are tarmac cabins. Let's go move on.
Okay. We jumped straight into what looks like, on the surface, just doing donuts, but it is something I have never done consciously in a car. Not once have I ever done what I was doing out there, and that is not power sliding. I power slide all day long, or Scandinavian flick. That's not at all what's going on there. If anything, you're just searching for traction out there. You let off, you naturally feel yourself pull against the harness. That means there's more weight on the front, and then you start to dig in, and if you're going too fast, you just drag the brakes is the best word I can use to describe it, and it just feels like it's hooking so much harder. And he kept calling me drifter foot because then I was power oversteering out of it instead of getting out of it. You're sliding, but you're not drifting. It's a very distinct difference because you're searching for traction in the front at first, and then the rears at the end. That was perfect. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a cool looking code.
We have a little trail braking exercise.
Yeah.
Because you're already kind of getting to that point of wanting to do it, but it has a longer run up, so we can carry a bit more speed in. I also want to show you a little bit of the course too. You see where we're braking over here? We're starting to get some some little oscillations. Where there's a spot where it's kind of low here, high here, low here.
Oh, wow.
Here.
Yeah, okay.
You can see that.
Yeah.
So that's the suspension actually cycling up and down a little bit under braking. As it's braking heavily, and then the suspension's trying to do its thing while it's hitting these bumps. You don't have a lot of weight on the tire. So if we can adjust and avoid that, that will give us more consistent surface. So even if we go for a less ideal line, if we have a more consistent surface all the way in, that'll mean that we'll have more consistent braking, and then we'll get more weight transfer. The other way of kind of combating that is maybe a little bit of aggression and going a little bit too aggressive to kind of blast the material away. Doesn't give you much consistency and is a little harder on equipment. So usually we don't say that.
So this is the trail braking exercise.
We've actually changed it to be high-speed braking because we have so many people who have track experience and go, oh, trail braking, yeah, I got it.
Right, yep.
But then they do basically what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But they don't listen. Knowing that the ruts are there, I'm going to choose a slightly different line outside. Oh, yeah. That wasn't a good choice. Honestly.
Yeah.
See, it turned in and it just washed out because it was in the loose stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll adjust my line to the other side. Steering, easing off, yes.
Wow, okay, yeah. Rally in general is not what I thought it was at all. I just thought it was, you know, power over steer. Probably one of the greatest things I've ever learned for myself in car control, because as those laps were getting faster and smoother, it was just finessing and listening to the car, and the same thing of searching for traction. It's got me gripped up. Instead of just drifting and wasting time going back and forth around turns, you know, S's essentially, one of the mind-blowing things is that you actually had me attack it, rotate, goes basically getting like short straights out of it, right? And anytime we're sliding, we're scrubbing speed. So we want to be able to get the car in a straight line as often as possible to just maximize our traction, especially for acceleration. And with a rear-wheel drive car, we don't have as much acceleration as like, say, our STIs. So we're a touch slow to counter steer. So the car is stepping out and causing us a little bit extra that. So feel free to be quick if you need to. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I definitely felt that. Then that ruins the whole maneuver.
Yeah, and then it kind of walks away. Yeah.
I did not know that you could have that much, I use this word carefully, but grip back and forth, because all I would have done is, like he was explaining earlier, is I would just swung it wide and then dumped it. Swung it back wide the other way, dumped it again, and then spun out. That's a great skill for everybody, I think. Yeah. That's a incredible, totally different.
All right, let's go that way. Yeah, stay ahead. And it's pretty loose. Let's do a talk through of the ones down there real quick. And this one is about more letting it kind of flow a little bit.
Yes,
that little section. The other ones are more about, you know, what we've been working on so far. Unlike the slalom where you had to do quick catches.
Yep.
This one we can use that sideways motion to help cause the car to rotate the other way. That's that purposeful pendulum effect.
Okay. So we are embracing it a little bit.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's a scenario where it works, where it's beneficial.
Okay.
On the slalom, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Go through that first corner, let it rotate. There is a cone to kind of target on the exit of it.
Oh, okay.
Of that first one. If you get a little closer to that one and then kind of hold that slide, then we can let it flick back the other way and then kind of do the same thing for the other one.
Gotcha.
And then just kind of let it kind of flow. These ones where it's high speed, it's more of the, you know, closer to track type stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's try it out. It's just like let it kind of go sideways through there. Perfectly fine. Wait on your turn in. That last one. Yeah, we'll get it right there. Gas in gear. Lift. Yeah. There it is.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, perfect.
Definitely breaking the habit of just powering through.
Yeah. Make it work. Yeah, perfect. Oh yeah. Nice, man.
That was sick, because even with it stopping me a little bit,
Yeah.
the bigger picture was there.
Exactly. Go down the pipe.
Yeah.
Why don't I see if we can get a little tractor to touch up a couple of things?
Rally is not destructive, but it definitely kicks up the rocks and moves a lot of earth. So you need to move that earth back into place. This comes full circle for me. So if you watched Sam Albert's video, who has these Ferrari-powered Subaru, when I was driving that car, we actually did this course. I come back here a year later and take everything that they both had taught me, but more than Nate had taught me now, and feel like I own what I was doing. That's indescribable. It's so much more car control than I could have ever imagined. There I plowed.
Yeah, we had just like a couple miles an hour less.
That was the perfect patience, because I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got rid of it. I just locked in a new life skill right there. One of the things we just practiced was like a real nice hairpin. I blew through it horribly the first 2 times, and then he showed me, and then I was going way faster through it, sending the right sort of momentum, getting the car, and that's going to translate to the grip traction driving as well. That is the end of day 1, and we're going to go ahead and check out the shop where all the cars get fixed after people like me beat them up.
For the most part, everything's on an interval. We've done this for so long that, like, of course you fix something breaks, and then you reinforce that, and you go and do something else, and reinforce that, and you go do something else, and something else breaks. Either we can just beat it by a service interval, and every 60 hours we'll pull actually you can kind of see what I'm doing here. This is literally rebuilding a strut. So this we don't do every 60 hours, this is every 6 months. We'll actually pull everything out and pull the internals out, rebuild all, like, replace like the Teflon seals and pretty much everything inside the strut we'll replace. It's a pretty easy service interval every 6 months, but every 60 hours we physically pull these things out and they get re-greased, or else this metal piece just gets destroyed. So every 60 hours we pull those out. Wow.
This is like less than a mile from Dirtfish, so even if you're not into rally cars, which is wrong, then you have absolutely breathtaking scenery, to the point where I'm a little nervous standing this close to the edge. Beginning of day 2.
Grip is going to change. As we drive from gravel to tarmac, it's going to grab gravel and kind of spill it onto the tarmac, so that might change it. We might actually sweep some areas on the tarmac. The water's going to dry. That's going to change the grip. So it's
ever changing.
Yeah. It's a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Good. Nice. That's that time.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
Okay.
I knew we were gonna get that one, but it was more like to get that feeling. So that was really good. Just happened, a little bit late in the corner.
Oh yeah. I was going to the corner to turn, not before it.
Yep.
Okay. I feel like a little too soon on that one.
No worries. Agreed. That one we can break later retarder rate as well. Why don't we do a few laps with right foot braking?
Okay.
Your right foot just isn't accustomed to the pressure required.
Yeah.
So it may feel a little weird.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Teamwork. That's right. We went from left foot braking to right foot braking, and totally different experience, completely different experience, because in your mind, you're not covering both pedals with one foot, and you forget that simply one of your tools in your toolbox is letting off. First round, I was like, that is slow as shit, and then built back up.
That's a little cool.
Yep.
Very good.
Finally using the hydraulic brake, the e-brake, the parking brake, what do you want to call it, properly, not as a band-aid and not just to drift the car. This was neat to swing one way and then release the brake to get the car to pitch the other way, and even without the handbrake, I was able to get it around the cone and then come out of that. It was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had in a car. The rut said no.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, upping the pace changes things quite a bit, you know.
Yeah.
And you have to start things a lot earlier. It's a lot less forgiving as the car like moves around a whole lot, and it's really uncomfortable. And also, it's easy to get out of line, you know.
Yes.
So one thing I'm seeing when we're going for shifts, we're like dropping a hand, getting ready to shift.
Yes.
And really just keep the hands on the wheel all the way in, because that's losing some of our finesse. If we're down here thinking about the leverage on the wheel, or over here, you know, thinking about the leverage of the wheel, we're not as smooth as we could be if we're one-handing it. Because really, it's like the only time you need to remove a hand is when you just do that single move.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Try that out.
Okay.
great like medium pace. Like
Yeah.
your comfort level is still good, and you're all well within full total control, and you go to that regularly. The only thing that happens is when we start to push a little bit, you know, sometimes we'll get a little sloppy or get out of the comfort zone. But you know, your 7/10 is growing as you start to get more comfortable.
Yeah,
you know,
thank you. That is exactly what it feels like. Compounding all these skills, they trust me enough to now take a car through the woods.
All right, Rob, in your own time.
Okay. That was my first session out with the woods, and there's some really impressive just combinations of things that you boil it down. Even though it looks totally different, you're still boiling it down to those basic inputs and outputs.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 30, hairpin left. 60.
That was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, and it's just the beginning of my motorsports adventures. I don't know, is there anything that you guys would want to see? The mix of rally and I don't know, something else?